Hey guys, I hope you are already excited. It is my pleasure to welcome us to today's broadcast on Power to Change Your World. And we are still discussing how to marry a beautiful girl even when you don't have much money. This is part two. So you may have to look for part one that we treated last week and watch it so that you can have a holistic picture of the topic that we are discussing. If you are new here, you may consider subscribing and clicking the notification bell so that when I post a new video, you will be among the first to see it. All right, let me start by telling us a story. A great man, sometime in the past, was telling us how he proposed to marry this beautiful young girl. He didn't have money anyway. He didn't have money at all. But he was so wealthy in vision. He had this vision of tomorrow. He saw himself to be very wealthy in the future. He saw himself traveling everywhere, flying from one country to the other. But at that point in his life, he didn't have anything. And he was just telling the girl, you just need to, don't mind what you are seeing now, just get married to me. In 5-6 years' time, we will be traveling around the world. So this young girl accepted to marry him, and on their wedding day, this guy didn't have any money to buy even soft drink. So he had to go to a nearby shop to borrow some drinks. He got the drinks, and when it was time for couple dance, he was dancing and dancing his heart out. People were thinking, when this guy liked to dance. He was just dancing because he wanted to recover money with which to pay for the drinks that he borrowed. you know, I was like, oh man. But this is true. At the end of the day, even when the music has ended, he was still dancing. He was still dancing, and more money. People were still, normal thing, throwing money and giving him much more, money gifts. More money coming, more dance, more money, more dance, more money. At the end of the day, he was able to recover the money to pay for the drinks and the wedding expenses. But at the end of the day, that guy today is so wealthy, like so wealthy, extremely wealthy. When he saw that thing about his future, he didn't have anything. And that brings us to the second resource that is necessary for you to get married. That resource is called vision. Vision is such a powerful resource when it comes to getting married, when you are still beginning your life. What is vision anyway? It is a picture of the future that you have desired, that you are willing to do something about for you to bring it into reality. Vision is the picture, the pictorial, the image of the future that you want to have. And that image, you see it today. Even when you don't have anything, you see it and you are willing to do something about it to get into that future, to create that reality that is in your mind. Vision is just a simple idea, a pictorial idea of how your future will look like. So when you have this clearly seen, you are wealthy. You are powerfully wealthy. And I am going to tell us how you can put this into practice. Marriage is something that is like a journey. It has a beginning point, the point at which you are now, to the future that you are going to travel to. So when you are starting life and you don't have much money, but you have a vision of a future that you want to bring into reality, that vision is so powerful. That vision is resource, is a powerful resource, is wealth. It's like giving someone an overdraft. It's like giving someone a check that he will cash in a later time. So when you have such vision, you will use it to marry any kind of woman that you desire. That is the truth. So how do you go about it? When you find a woman, remember last week we talked about confidence. So I assume now that your confidence level is at the top. I mean, you are highly confident, just like a lion. You carry the persona of God. You carry the persona of man. That thing that God has given you, the glory of a man that you have is intact. Then the second resource you need is vision. And that vision is something you need to sit down to create. Take, for instance, you have gone into the university to study medicine, or maybe to study dental technology, or maybe to study geology, or whatever. So, before you go into that university, you have seen yourself establishing like many hospitals in all the states. I mean, you plant your hospitals everywhere, and you see yourself, doing great things, doing great charity. You have seen yourself with NGOs, with things, But at this point, you are just a fresh graduate. You don't have any money, but you have seen this. So, remember what I told us in the first video, that the brain of a woman is more complex, kind of, than that of a man. Because there is one thing in the brain that is called the gray matter. This gray matter is much more in the lobes, the frontal lobes, the occipital lobes, the lobes of the woman. This gray matter is so much concentrated. And that is why a woman has the power to visualize even more than the man. So when you find a woman that you like, your confidence is there, you can approach her, you can talk with her, but don't let the woman see your today. What is important is not your today. What is important is your future. You carry the resource, you carry the vision, you are so wealthy in your vision. So you need to get the woman to see your future. You need to get her to see your future. And the moment you can do that, this is how to go about it. You meet the woman, you talk with her, you first ask her, how are you doing? Can you tell me about yourself and all that? And normally the woman will also ask you the same thing. The question you ask her, she will also ask you the same thing. So you are going to trap her by asking her, tell me about your future. What are you doing? Where do you see yourself in 2 years? Where do you see yourself in 3 years? And at this point, you haven't said anything to her. You are just meeting her. You just admired her. And you're just meeting her the first time. But you want to trap her with that question. Tell me about your future. Tell me about your 3 years, your 5 years, and all that. So she will throw the same question back to you. And you begin to tell her, man, I have just studied dental technology and my future is so great. I have already planned that I am going to plant my lab in every state. I am going to have a lot of people employed. I am going to do this. I'm already making research on the people that produce these resources. Even while I establish my labs in all the states, I'm making a contact with China, with the United States, the people that produce this, so that I can be able to import, in such a way that the machines that we need, we get them put in place that will dominate this market, that I am seeing myself as the number one in this industry. That is what I have planned for myself. Man, that is it. That is the resource. The moment you begin to share this vision, that woman you are talking to, remember that her visualization power is at the top. She will travel there. As you are still sharing it, she will travel there in her mind. She's seeing herself in everything that you are sharing. You know how you fly to Dubai, to China, to America, to have meetings with the white people and get all these things, with your partners everywhere. She will travel there. As you are still talking, you have captivated her with your vision. After that, the first day, she will go home and begin to think about everything. She will create the picture of all these things. She will even begin to see herself in it. And she will now be waiting. Man, I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this. I love this future. It is something I love. Can this guy ask me out? That time, she is no longer looking at your present time. She's no longer looking at what you have at that moment. Even she's willing to give you her own money. Remember in the last video I talked about the lioness that is willing to go out to hunt and bring the game home. And even the lion will take the lion's share and is not interested. So at this point, that woman is willing to help you because she was created to be a helper. She has seen a vision. She has seen a very exciting future that the present of today, what is happening now, will lose effect on her. She is not looking at whether you are wearing one shirt or whether you just have one shoe or whether you are living in one room. She's looking at the future right now. She wants to feature in that future. She wants to see both of you working this vision out, bringing it to reality. She's ready. Remember, she has been packaged with intuitive power in her brain, with ability to think, with her hippocampus so large, ready to download and help you in making that vision come to reality. That woman is ready and she's now waiting. Can this guy ask me out? Oh man, if this guy will propose to me, I'll just say yes. I may just do some kind of, maybe I may just say no briefly, but I am already convinced that I want to work with this man. Vision is so powerful. It's so powerful. Your ability to get your vision intact and your ability to share it with a woman of your choice, share it very well in such a way that you will captivate her and she will be willing to work with you, to partner with you, to bring that vision into reality. If you can do well with sharing your vision, that woman is already in your nest. 120%. So your inability to get a woman is your inability to articulate your vision. You remember the story of the people that Moses sent to go and spy, a particular land, the land of Canaan. Some group of them went there, they saw, oh man, this land is so beautiful. Oh, but the people are so powerful. They saw themselves as grasshoppers in the sight of these men. But there are two guys there, Joshua and Caleb. They saw themselves that they carry the persona of God, that they have the ability to take that land and maybe to enjoy all the benefits in that land. So your vision of yourself, your vision of your future, the vision that you have of the world will make a difference in your life. What vision do you have about yourself? What is that vision of the future that you have? You need to sit down to articulate them. Put them on paper. Analyze them. Think about them. Put them, garnish your vision. Make it so powerful that you can see it, that you can believe it. Then it will even increase your confidence that you can speak to any woman and that woman will be willing to help you. The moment she key into your vision, you have her. And she will be willing to help you. Even when you are married, that vision is still in her mind. Even if it's as if you are losing track, she's calling you back. Sometimes she's angry. Say, this is not what you told me. This is where I want us to go. That woman is ready. So vision is so powerful. It's so powerful. So get it. Get it packaged. It is a weapon to get any woman in your nest for marriage. So when you marry her, your life will practically change. So remember, this is a continuation. Next week, we are going to continue, and I'm not going to tell you step by step how you can integrate confidence and vision, and any amount of money you have is immaterial, and get yourself. I'm going to tell you step by step by next week. So I want you to get your vision today. package it, and move into action. And I will see you next week.